Hola from the west side. It is me, DC the Purple Diva, and welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy Wednesday, y'all, or hump day, whatever you want to call it. Hey, Darren. Hey, Uppity Unicorn. How are you guys? I decided to call it a Wellness Wednesday because I think I don't do toxicity in the chat. It's just a chilling chat. You know, but y'all, I don't know about y'all, but I've been listening to some stuff today and yesterday, but today. And there seems to be a sentiment among some people, women, that older women are bitter, that we don't have men, and that we are against certain types of females who are younger, and, you know, nonsense to me, of course. Hey, Terry. Oh, hey, Candy Shell. You're up late at night, Missy. And then what's laughable to me is that some people go around and talk about sisterhood and stuff and talk about that there is no sisterhood. Okay, you're right. But this is YouTube. So what do you expect? What do you expect? And then they seem to imply if you don't agree with their opinion or if you agree with what someone else is thinking, or you just like someone else's opinion better, that you are, I don't know, a follower, and that you are putting women on a pedestal. I really didn't understand the concept of where this person was coming from. Because, I don't know, here's where I am. I'm an older woman. I'm not bitter. Yeah. I can get a man. I have a man. I don't have a problem with other people doing whatever it is that they want to do. What I have a problem with is people who tend to go after other people, victimize other people, you know, or share people's personal information. And for what? I don't like that. You know, and I'm not going to start liking it. I think that's kind of drama, you know, and I don't know, when people get on here and they start screaming from their platforms, calling other women out of their names, just in general, just calling everybody bees and garden tools. I don't get it. You know, I mean, we can all go there, but what's the point of doing that towards people who are on the internet who you really don't know? If they don't mess with you, then why are you even going through this? Hey, Tutu. Hey, Matt. You know, I mean, and as the person said, as they were making these comments, they were like, we got pandemics out here. Exactly. We have situations going on. We have people that are no longer with us every day from the situation that's going on. We have many of us who are basically, on lockdown because there are many, many, many communities that have this sundown rule now. And as I said last night, during this time, this is the time where the creatives will flourish and start to think outside of the box and continue to be creative. And I don't mean creative in making toxicity. I mean bringing something positive to the space. But what I don't get is that, to me, it's like if you're not doing nothing wrong, then why do you keep putting up videos with subliminal messages in them? To me, that's on some I don't know, high school stuff and everything, because I thought grown people just kind of just talk straight and directly to each other, or at least try to, and then, I know people say, well, you should take care of everything behind the scenes, but sometimes when you try to take care of things behind the scenes, that doesn't really work now, as we have seen for all the negativity that's going around in all the different sectors. And I was around in a bunch of different sectors today. A bunch of different sectors. I was in a bunch of them. I was in one that some people who aren't in the B sector, but they've been pulled into the B sector by someone who I subscribe to because I've met them in growth streams. Didn't know that this person was into all of this mess till I went into this other person who I subscribed to before I even was a content creator, because I liked her content. I thought she was funny, and now her and this other content creator are like going back and forth. They're in two different parts of the country, and it's a doxing situation again, where people are posting pictures of people's houses and their neighbor houses, trying to figure out where people work. It's like an ever-ending cycle going on. And it seems like a whole bunch of it's going on right now. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff that's coming to a head. Things that were done in the dark that are coming to light during this time. I guess with everybody being quote unquote locked in, people got time to sit around and figure out what other people have been doing to them, and they're blowing everything out. What did you say? Oh, China is tripping, forcing the Africans to test for the corona. We're not doing it. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Creative minds. Calculus was invented during a pandemic. Well, let me tell you guys, like, how we've seen concerts done by artists from all over the world, all from the comfort of their homes during this time. I bet we're going to start to see other things that are going to be done on the internet. Because, you can do a lot of stuff with less than 10 people and put it up on a platform. There's going to be some things going on, because I bet you guys that while all of this is going on, that there's music still being made. There are plays still being written and being rehearsed, even if they have to do them on Zoom. There are, TV shows and movies still being figured out. All of that stuff, I guarantee you, people who are creative are still doing all of those things, because when you are, so to speak, in your house and, you would be wasting time doing other things, creatives, it forces them into their creative mode. Like I've been doing a lot more writing, I've been doing it. And as I said, we're going to be like, I'm going to be the play that I'm in, we're going to start to do our rehearsals on Zoom. Everybody seems to be into this Zoom thing. I've noticed that a lot of people have been using it on YouTube. I have not tried it yet. I don't have a problem with, StreamYard. But Zoom is nice to use, on your phone to have like a bunch of people. And I guess it's easier for people to use on their phones, but I don't even know how it's compatible with YouTube. I haven't even gone to trying to figure that part out because I guess I wasn't interested. But everybody seems to be doing it. Yeah, Erykah Badu did a concert, I'm telling you. Yeah, everybody's doing Zoom. Well, like tomorrow, my company is doing a meeting on Zoom, but people would tell me that Zoom is not a secure platform. So I don't know. I know they do have some securities around StreamYard. And then, we got all these other ones that are free. And I think you got to pay for Zoom. At least like you got to pay for like a 30-day or something. I'm not putting out any more money for any more things to put into to go into my actual YouTube, not while I'm trying to get to the monetization. I got like 3 or 4 of them now, including I can, stream directly from the phone. So I'm good. I think that's really more for, that's what I'm saying. That's what somebody was telling me, Darren, that Zoom is not secure. And I guess so, because you can do it over your phone. So how much? All I did is downloaded the application so that I could, go into meetings with, like people, choir members and everything. But I haven't been in any meetings where we're talking any secrets or anything. So I don't know. I don't know what she meant by not being secure. But someone was saying that to me. I haven't really looked into Zoom that much. But I think I should investigate it since the world seems to be using it. I mean, it just suddenly just like popped up. Like right now. Like right now, all of a sudden everybody's using this. Like in the last few weeks, I've seen it being used a lot. Before that, I knew about it, but I didn't really see a bunch of people using it. I don't know. Because you can also do multiple people on your phone with like the Duo and the FaceTime things. If you have, an Android or an iPhone, depending. But I don't know. The Zoom seems to be fun for some people to use on their lives. I've seen a few people using them on their lives because they can just have their name up there. It can do the same things that you can do on here. You can actually show yourself, or you can just have your name up there if you don't want to be seen. Hi, Fast Lane Hero. How are you? Oh, no. I haven't tried. I mean, other than just using it, other than just going to it. I don't know. I like using it when we did it for choir rehearsal, but I'm not sure if I want to use it on my live streams. I don't have a problem with the StreamYard. And see, you can use the green screen on StreamYard, and I'm going to get a green screen. So I think I'm going to do that. I appreciate the like. Thank you so much, Fast Lane. That's right, everybody. Please don't forget to smash that like button. I don't even know what day are we on now, guys. What's today? Today is, I don't even know what today's date is. What's today? The 8th? It's the 8th? What's the date? 7th or 8th or something like that. I know taxes are due next week. The real day they're due is next week. How many of us are going to have our taxes done on time? How many of us are just going to go ahead and go for that extension? I figure I'm just going to go ahead and get mine in on time. I'm trying to. Because I think that, a lot of people are not even thinking about putting their taxes in. But I don't think that that's the right move. If you don't owe, like I said, please file. I never owe. And if I suddenly start owing this year, it's going to be a problem. If when my taxes are done, I don't have enough write-offs to not owe them, then I'll file for the extension. But other than that, I normally don't owe. But someone, who was it? Someone said in another stream, I think it was Paul. You guys know Paul. Most of y'all know Paul. He was saying that they're supposed to start sending out those $1,200 checks tomorrow. That they may be hitting some people's accounts as early as this week. Interesting. I don't think it's going to be any of our accounts, but some people are supposedly going to get their money starting this week. And some, from what I understand, they figured out a different way to deal with people who are on Social Security and disability who may not file taxes because they don't get enough money to file taxes. So apparently they don't have to go out there and file taxes if they haven't been filing them because they don't have enough money coming in from their Social Security. Like my son. All they have to do is, if they were issued a 1099 for their Social Security last year, and then they got their nice little letter in December saying they're going to get their little cost of living increase on whatever their amount is for Social Security, those people will get, something. And it'll be based off of whatever information, I guess, that Social Security has on file. Since everyone gets their Social Security money by direct deposit. You have to have a bank account now in order to get your Social Security, as a matter of fact. So we'll see how that goes. But they've also said that it may be up to 4 months for some people. So, did you guys see Bernie Sanders farewell speech this morning as he bowed, not so gracefully, out of the bid for the Democratic Party for president. It's really kind of sad because I don't know. I don't really see, Biden is not showing me anything right now that's, makes me want to vote for him, and this is going to be crazy because I have a feeling that if they don't suddenly get some strength within the Democratic Party, that 45 will win by a landslide. And that's no matter how we may feel about his handling of the current crisis. You see, because the American people are looking for strength. And if they can't show that within that other party, the Democratic Party, I'm just saying that's what's going to happen. Oh, you think that? You think that they're going to write him in at the convention and get rid of Biden? All I can tell you is right now, I'm like, where'd this come from, Cuomo? Dude. He and the governor of California are basically running things right now. And they're the ones rallying the other states together, to get it together. Because basically, they can't count on our federal government in this time. Whereas in other countries, it's not like that. But here it is, a state by state thing. Cuomo Newsom. Yeah. Newsom is I like I said, I have to tell you, many of us were worried about him. We're worried about how this man was, whether he was going to really get in there and do the job. And good, bad, or indifferent, he's doing something. I know he's doing something right now. And people's memories are long, and they're going to remember how this man is responding to this. And see, that is what the Democrats don't understand. Even if they are not the party in control, they need to put themselves out there and be saying something. I'm just saying. Because otherwise, they're just going to look like lame ducks. Yeah, she should have asked them. That's actually true. You're right about that. You're absolutely right about that, Matt. And the thing is that we already know that Biden is not going to do that. He's not going to have Bernie as his vice presidential candidate either. He's going to go for female. So, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that's the right move or not. But he's going to have to figure something out. He's going to have to figure something out. And looks like they moved the Democratic convention back to August. Hopefully, our country will be opened back up before the summer. Hopefully, But not to diminish the effects of this, there are quite a few Black Americans who seem to be being affected negatively by this. But that is because many of us have underlying conditions. Many of us are diabetic or pre-diabetic. Many of us have high blood pressure. Many of us have heart, issues. Many of us, there's some of us who have sickle cell, or carry the trait for it. Many are asthmatic. Those are the things, that have us with a weakened state. But those of us who are healthy and don't have any of those underlying conditions and are practicing our safety, not going around people who are sick, and also doing social distancing as much as possible, we should be fine. I mean, to me, this is just my own personal thought, y'all. My own personal thought is that this particular thing has been around for a while, but it wasn't necessarily going around in, these large degrees. And I do believe that it was probably through something that was eaten, some animal that was eaten, and that this particular thing does not operate the same in them as it does in us. And then it went from there. But I don't believe that this was the first time that it happened. I just think that this time it got a lot of people because it was hidden at first. And they lost control very quickly because it's highly contagious. But do you guys think that it's odd that suddenly now they're telling everybody to wear masks? Do y'all think that's odd? And by the way, if y'all haven't noticed, have you seen in your timelines on IG and on Facebook all these designer masks going up and down your timelines? They even have ones for your favorite sports teams. But do y'all think it's odd that they did that first? Now, me, being the person that I am, and also being the daughter of a physician, I wasn't paying attention to these people talking about don't wear a mask. I'm like, whatever you say. I want to keep my germs to myself as much as possible. And if I get sick, I'm going to get sick off my own germs and not somebody else's germs. You know? So, y'all know I already had the mask. Now everybody's looking for masks. And now you've got people. This is going to sound funny. But I notice that there are a lot of Black people that are walking around with the black mask on their face here where I am. And I'm like, are they just selling a bunch of these black masks? Why does everybody have this mask? Or is everybody making it from a black t-shirt? Because they all look the same. It looks like, they cut it out from a t-shirt and just, cut the holes out so they can stick it around their nose, around their ears. It's like they must have all got the same pattern. Hey, Miss Mahogany. No worries, Miss Mahogany. I came on late too, Sometimes I come on at 9:30 and sometimes I don't. Oh, David came to say hi to you, Miss Mahogany.
Okay. Yeah.
You said hi.
Huh.
That's right. So she can hear you. She heard you. He wants to be seen, but he doesn't realize that I don't have the camera on right now. Oh my God, I'm sitting right here in front of it, as you guys all know. But, one of these days I'm going to have my green screen, and then I'm going to try all those different backgrounds that people put behind them. I think they're really kind of cool. I'm going to order it. I was like, I should have ordered it before all of this happened, because I had the money to go ahead and order the daggone thing. Shouts out to fellow YouTuber Mature-ish, who, gave a certain one that you can get off of Amazon. So that's the one I'm going to probably be getting. And her sister shouts out to Chef and More, who also claims she's going to start using that, her own version of that. Miss Mahogany said hi and hugs. Okay. He liked that. But I know we're all coming up with creative things to do in our homes and everything as we go through this. And I'm so glad that we're all in, kind of Zen situations, in our home, whether be it we in the house by ourselves, be we in the house with, other people, because there's some people that are really going through it right now, Some people are going through it. Oh, but Tiffany Haddish, yeah, she's not one of them, y'all. Miss Tiffany Haddish is going through the quarantine, y'all know, with none other than Eye Candy Common. I sure hope this works. Because, I've been, he's had some unfortunate situations, So I'm hoping that this is the one that does it for him. But yeah, he's apparently in quarantine with her at her house, because I know she's here in LA, because I follow her on IG And I follow her on YouTube because she has a YouTube channel. So she's in quarantine with Common, and I'm glad because I don't know. For a minute there, I was thinking we might lose her to the other side. Y'all. I mean, is it bad that I want most of I would like to see the Black women that are out there in the public eye like that. I'd like to see them with Black men. Is that wrong of me? I hope it's not. Oh, well, Ellen, man. Y'all, I am so disappointed in her. I'm so disappointed in her. And I heard she made fun. And I heard she made fun of somebody who had autism. Not feeling. And it was apparently somebody who was either an intern or a staff member or something. If that's true, not cool, Ellen. Not cool. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. All this stuff is coming out while, and I heard that she can't stand her audience. That she thinks that they're beneath her. And she doesn't want anybody to look her directly in the eyes. She makes the staff, this is all alleged. Everything I'm saying is alleged. This is what I heard. But it's floating all around YouTube. That she's mean to her staff. Mean. And that she's really not a nice person at all. The person who tells everyone to be kind to one another. I don't know, but I heard she keeps minty gum outside of her office, and people have to chew the gum before they come in because she has a very sensitive nose, and she doesn't want to smell anybody's breath. She only wants to smell the minty. And if she thinks you don't smell too good, if you don't smell the way she feels you should smell, clean enough, she will send you home. So, doesn't matter if she's trying to be funny or not. It's not funny. I heard she didn't want Portia to work. She had a problem with Portia working. Yeah, she had a problem with it. And I've always liked Ellen, but if she was not nice to somebody with autism, and if she's this mean-spirited person, and only nice to who she wants to be nice to, that's not a good look. She's going to need to address it. Yeah, but I don't know. Because Steve had already been here in LA and everything, before he became this big phenomenon and got syndicated. He started out here in LA, and he was pretty much that kind of person then. Because I remember when he put out that, his Copper album compilation of all these artists, and it was really actually a good album, but I think it didn't do well because it was affiliated with him. And he was at a Warehouse Records, and he was autographing, it was him, and some of the artists were autographing the albums, and he was just looking down. He wasn't even trying to look at nobody, and just mumbling. So it was a trip. And I only went in there to get, it for myself and for, my boyfriend at the time. But he was, not a nice, he wasn't nice. And this was before he was big enough national. He was just in LA. This is when the hoodies were a Los Angeles thing. Before it became this national thing where, everybody, every city in the country was involved in it. So yeah, he's been that dude for a long time. Sorry, Darren, I know that's your fraternity brother, but he is not a nice man. And his daughters are my sorority sisters too, because his daughters are Deltas, the twins. I knew you was still there. I said, I know. I was like, I know that's your fraternity brother. I know that's your frat, but yeah, Steve, that ain't a nice dude. He's treating. It appears that he's treating his current wife well, but he has a history of not, not being nice to women. And he also has a history of not being a cool boss. Being very, very standoffish and just being a, regular a-hole. The more money he made, oh, well, think like a man. Yeah. I mean, when he was younger, the old Steve Harvey, when he was younger, when he was just, before he was doing radio and before he did, wrote that book, Think Like a Man and everything, when he was doing his old comedy back then, he was funny. I'm not going to say that dude's not funny. But he ain't funny now, but he was funny. He was funny, but I mean, but out of the kings of comedy, I'm sorry. Bernie Mac was the king of the kings of comedy. Rest in peace, Bernie. Rest in peace, Bernie. Not taking nothing from Cedric, DL, or Steve, but Bernie. Bernie was the man. Oh, the room was about what kind of dude Steve is. He's not a nice dude. He's not a nice dude. I think his second wife still talking junk about him. Because to me, how does a man take his child from its mother? What kind of man does that? Just so he don't have to pay her child support. Lose all the money. Starts a new relationship before he's closed the chapter with you. you know. But anyway, anybody think about that fool? Anybody even thinking about him? Matt, tell Mahogany what the rumors were that you were thinking about, because mine were about him just not being a nice dude. You know, because when he started the radio stuff, you guys, he was at KJLH, which is right here in, LA. Well, it's actually in Inglewood. They used to have their studio in Los Angeles at the time of the 1994 rebellion in Los Angeles. The KJLH, which is a radio station that Stevie Wonder owns, their radio station was literally right there on Crenshaw Boulevard, where you guys saw all the buildings burning and everything on fire. It was across the street from where they had their studios at the time. They have since moved their studios to the city of Inglewood. And they're on another street, which is called La Brea. But at that time, they were right on Crenshaw. Back in 94. But yeah, he used to work for KJLH. And he was at KJLH, I believe, when they were since they've been in Inglewood. I don't think he wasn't with the station back in the 90s. He was with them in the 2000s. Because, Stevie believes in, up trying to keep us uplifted, but he's a businessman too, so he did what he did. And then, then Steve decided to take everything to Atlanta. And then he came back out here and tried to do, his talk show out here for a minute after it had been in Chicago and was quite successful in Chicago. I don't know why he moved it to the West Coast. And then he lost his show, so now Kelly Clarkson has a show. And I think he just pissed off NBC. That's just my thoughts. I think he pissed them off. I think that's what it is. He network. But I mean, he's got other stuff going. He'll be all right. And then, Cedric has his thing. He's doing that show with the next door neighbor thing. I think it's on CBS. And DL has the Poppin' Podcast. The Poppin' Podcast. You guys, it's like, if you don't follow him on Instagram, you should. If you don't follow him here on YouTube, you should. And I'm talking about DL Hughley. Because he just tells it like it T.I. is. And he is also a fellow autism parent. If you guys do not know, if you've ever seen any of his comedy, he does speak about his son, who is also an adult, just like my son, with autism. His son, I believe, they called him what they used to call Asperger. But yeah, he has a son on the spectrum. And he talks about his son sometimes in his comedy. But I like DL. He keeps it real. He just keeps it real. He kept it real in his comedy, and he keeps it real in his talk show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What kind of man takes the kids away from the child from its mother just so he doesn't have to pay child support? That tells you something about the man. That tells you something about the man. You know? Now, you know, like in my situation, in my head, I was like, when I got my divorce from my son's father, I was like, I wish you would try to take this child. You know? And I know he's his dad, but he couldn't handle all the stuff that I deal with our son. He couldn't handle it on his own. Just like, you know, for a long time I handled it on my own, but I don't have to anymore. But I did. But he wouldn't be able to do that because he's never been in the position to have a job where he could work from home. I prayed to the Most High for this years before it actually happened. I prayed to the Most High for it. You know? And it didn't come when I wanted it, came when I needed it. When my mother went to glory, I stopped working in the office and I started working from home. And for several years, I did project management, consulting, making really, really, really good money. Like, but those of you who know anything about consulting gigs are like, it's contract work. You don't have no benefits, get paid really well, but it's only, you know, you'll get like, you'll work for 6 months and it basically needs to last you for the other 6 months. That kind of stuff. So that was cool for a minute, you know, but then I had to get a gig working from home where I still had benefits, you know. So I can still do that project management stuff when I want to, because I still am working from home doing this, but I do other stuff. Anything that I do now is definitely something that I do from home so that I'm able to be here for him. Oh yeah, his son and his daughter. That is so cool. Yeah, I know DL's really, really proud of his son. You know, I'm proud of my son too. You know, we're all proud of our kids, no matter where they are on the autism spectrum and everything. But it's like with a lot of them, and this is what I think is going to happen with my son, a lot of them, they'll just get to a point and they'll just start talking, just normal talking. And he normal talks when he wants to, but most of the time he doesn't, because he doesn't think it's important. It's not important to him. But yeah, I like that the show that Rodney and Holly, you know, did. I think it's called For Pete's Sake, with their kids and stuff. Now, I knew Rodney from college. And then, you know, I obviously saw him again because when he was playing for the Redskins, the Washington Redskins, was at the same time that my nephew was playing for them. So, and that was also when Daryl Green was on his way out, but he was at the end of his career, but he was still the big star. But I remember that I had seen the twins when they were kids, when they were young, and this was before the diagnosis. And Hollywood was in DC, and they were running through the airport, and we talked for a little while back then. But yeah, and I've seen them from time to time because they do a lot of stuff in the autism community in Los Angeles with the Holly Rod Foundation. And y'all know that April is Autism Awareness Month, but because of what's going on, a lot of the things that were planned have been canceled. And then, some events people have been able to transform into virtual events, but for the most part, I think a lot of the things, like they were going to have the autism walk this month, not happening. I think there's another one that happens later this year here in California, but the one that was in Los Angeles County, they do it at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. Well, the Rose Bowl has been closed as of last week, and because of all of the social distancing, the event would not be possible because there's huge crowds that come out for that event. We always go to it and have so much fun, just walking, with my son when he was younger. We had a bigger team and everything, but now he's older. We'll just kind of walk with him and then kind of go around to see what kind of resources that they would have for people on the spectrum. And I had been looking forward to going to that. And I had been looking forward to, putting that on my YouTube channel. But I will find other things for my content for Autism Awareness Month that I will share on my channel instead. Oh, 21 Jump Street. Oh, yeah, I like that show, too. Yeah, that was back when Johnny Depp was normal. He's no longer a normal person, though. He's weird now. He turned into a weird old man. He's just weird. And that's so sad. And the funny thing is that, what's his name? Leo DiCaprio. It's also weird too. But he they did that movie. What was that what they did? What's Eating Albert Grapes, when Leo was just coming into it, and that was probably like around 21 Jump Street when Johnny did that one. Holly Robinson Pete. Oh, it comes on TV One? Yeah, it does. It does. But I don't have cable, so. I don't have cable. We don't do cable over here. I haven't had cable in like 4 years because it was a waste of my money for me. Because I think I stopped doing cable when Weeds went off. Yeah. No, I might have kept no, I didn't. Yeah. That's about when I stopped having cable. And, you can watch whatever I can watch wherever I want to watch that's on like HBO and that kind of stuff, and maybe even TV One. I don't know, on the Fire Stick. I just watch things the day after it comes on. Can't watch it, and that's fine. I don't have to see it the same day. But I do have Netflix because, every smart TV that I've had, it's built in. So I got Netflix. So like the TV I have now has Hulu, but I don't have Hulu. And I have the Apple TV. Now I got the Apple TV because they had given a free trial to everyone who had an iPhone. I got a free trial, and then after the trial, I think it's like $4.99. And they charge it to my Apple account. So oh, that's right. He was in that. He was yep, you're so right. And I love Nightmare on Elm Street. He sure was in that movie. He's the one whose bed. Yeah, his bed. I think he got sucked into the bed. I remember Nightmare on Elm Street. The first one was the best one. I had to watch the first one twice to get it. It took me watching it twice to figure that one out. It was good. Yep, that was good. It's probably, I bet you I'll probably be able to find that because we've been watching a lot of old movies. Because, you'll watch a bunch of the new stuff, but then you watch some of the old stuff because I bet if this keeps going, I bet you we're going to start seeing some movies go straight to DVD. Or they're going to come out early. It's going to be a bunch. Yep, the first one was the best one. And then the one when they were doing the alter reality, when they were all playing themselves. And then Freddie came out. I forget, I think that was 5. Because that's when they brought back Heather Lampcat. Yep, they brought her back for that one. But the one who played as Freddy Krueger, he also played in that series V. He was in that series V. He played one of the aliens in that series V that was on. And that was on before I think he did Nightmare on Elm Street. Because when I found out it was him, I'm like, oh, that's the dude that was in that series V. He played one of like the good aliens. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On the Fire Stick, you can watch everything. I think like right now, my guy has on Amazon Prime, because I have Amazon Prime. If you've got Amazon Prime, if you're an Amazon Prime member, you automatically get Amazon Prime. So we watch Amazon Prime, and he's watching the Temptations movie. I used to live 2 doors down from David Ruffin Jr. David Ruffin's son used to live a couple of doors down from me when I used to live in the Valley, like 20-something years ago. And he was trying to do stuff in the music business. He didn't want to sing like his dad. He could sing, but he didn't really want to go into the singing like his dad. And I remember like a couple of years ago, they were trying to get so that they could be at something that was for the Temptations out here in California. Literally, he was like reaching out to everybody out here that he knew, trying to see if we could help him to get tickets to that, because they apparently weren't able to get tickets as family of David Ruffin, which was kind of crazy. And I know he was implying that Otis wasn't allowing them to come, and I don't know. I didn't really know the logistics, so. Yeah, no, the guy who played as Freddy Krueger, I can't think of his name right now, but he played on the series that was on NBC, and it was called V. And it was about these aliens that had come to Earth, and they were trying to assimilate, and he was one of the good aliens. So he was like on our side versus their side. Oh, Jason versus Freddy. That movie was hilarious to me. It was better than the Superman versus Batman movie. The Superman versus Batman movie was just dark. The lighting was dark, dark, dark. It really wasn't a good movie. Now, why are you doing that? Thank you. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna come on the camera because I'm gonna get ready to get off here, because clearly somebody wants me to stop because they just being rude. So let me come on camera. Let me see. Hey, everybody. How are you guys? Is everybody doing good? We all making it? Well, I am about to shut it down. I have a meeting in the morning, but I'm glad I'm still working. I'm thankful for having a job. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's what I say. But I'm still praying for all of you guys. I'm glad that everyone is staying healthy, especially those of us who may have underlying conditions. I want us to stay in our homes as much as we possibly can. And if you need something from outside, have someone else to go get it. Because like I was going to go and be bad and just go get my turkey and, my ham from the Honey Bake store. But I decided to do the social distancing. I'm going to let them deliver it here instead of me going over to them. I'm going to be good because they said stay in the house. But I was bad today, guys, because I got my nails done. But it was only myself and the guy that does my nails in the shop. He was only allowing one customer in, at a time. He spaced out the appointments, and not that many of us came today, but he's back open and I can't say I blame him, because he's in the same building with medical offices, and there's like a dentist that's still open, and there's a legal office that's still open. Everybody in the building was open, but he had shut down, and he is the primary provider in his household. So he opened back up. And I got my nails done. So, but I won't be going back out to get my nails done for a little while. This will give me for a few weeks. And all I did is really had them to cut them down. So now it's just my natural nail, really. So it looked decent at least. But guys, thank you so much for coming tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. And I want everyone to stay safe. Let's continue to stay safe. It's not so bad being out of our homes. You know, this is the time if everything's not the way you want it to be in your home, you know, put some things, straighten some stuff up, mix it up, make it your sanctuary, because we're going to be here for a while. But until tomorrow, guys, which is what, Thursday? Okay, yeah, try to keep these days together. I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Let's all be safe. We are making it through each and every day. Thank y'all for coming and just hanging out. Just being chill tonight. All right, guys. See y'all tomorrow.